Today we are seeing Hokitika's most iconic landscape, the Hokitika Gorge.
Today we are going to feast our eyes on milky blue water.
Today we are hitting the road to Hokitika Gorge, which is only about a 25-kilometer journey out of Hokitika, down a few gravel roads until we reach the car park to the gorge. And here we are greeted by some lovely signs which tell us about not only the different walks in the area, but also the geography of the area. So it's always nice to learn while you're traveling around.
The walk down toward the gorge is really short and it's super well maintained. It's a really wide gravel walk, and there is even a few parts which are boardwalk because I guess it was a little bit too hard for most people to make their way down. And it takes us through awesome native bush with some glimpse here and there of the gorge. It's really awesome, and we kind of get a teaser while walking down of what is to come. We even see some people jumping from the world famous Hokitika swing bridge. It's really awesome, and we get ourselves pumped while walking down toward the gorge.
This whole landscape is a contrast of grey rocky cliffs and lush green forest. It's amazing. Even the walk down to the gorge is a highlight in itself. It only takes us about 10 minutes to walk down here, but we're just taking our time because this place is just so awesome.
Soon enough we are arriving close to the highlight of this walk, which is a massive swing bridge that stretches from one side to the other of the gorge. This will give us the best view of the gorge itself and its milky blue waters just underneath. As we are crossing the bridge, we are taking a moment to appreciate the splendor that is surrounding us. The milky blue waters, the grey rock, the lush rainforest. It's absolutely awesome. It all comes together to make a picture perfect of New Zealand right here. And as we're walking, we hear the squeaking of the bridge behind each of our steps. A bit scary, but the bridge holds on.
But the swing bridge actually only marks halfway on the Hokitika Gorge Walk, so we are continuing through this beautiful native rainforest and heading down to the water itself.
Although we saw people jumping into the water from the bridge, it is still winter and the water is glacial. So you're not going to see us jump in the water, but we really want to check it out. The color is so unusual and so beautiful that we have to go down and see it with our own eyes. And with milky blue waters, superb rocks, a lot of moss and trees everywhere, if you want to get a perfect New Zealand picture, this is really the place to be. And for that very reason, Laura goes nuts and she's running around with her camera and there is no stopping her. I really have to pull her away from the rocks and the waters to be able to keep on going with our trek.
Because Hokitika Gorge is usually just a pit stop for people while they're going on their way down to the glaciers, there's usually not too many people hanging about, making for some deserted and uninterrupted views.
After climbing on almost every single rock that we could and taking about 200 pictures, that's the actual camera count for Laura today, we are making our way back toward the camper van. Despite the fact that this is winter right now, we are getting a little bit hot. The Hokitika Gorge are the place to be today. There is not a cloud on the horizon and everything looks absolutely gorgeous. So as soon as we find a little bit of shade in the forest, we are taking the time to get a little bit of water, a little bit of food, and making sure that we are fully stuffed for the rest of the walk. Because it's a one-way hike, we get to see the same way that we saw on the way in, but under a complete different angle. And I do really like that because it gets me to see much more stuff out of just one walk. It's really one of my favorite kind of hike in New Zealand.
And here we are back at the famous Hokitika Gorge swing bridge. We just can't get enough of this place. I mean, the footage speaks for itself. It is a beautiful place. It puts the gorge in gorgeous. And we are heading back towards the other end of the trail and into the forest.
On the way back up the cliff, Laura takes the time to take the picture of a little koru. Korus are basically baby ferns, and their spiral shape always make it for really interesting pictures. But they were also very important part of the diet of the early Maoris. Back in the day, they did not have much sources of fiber, so they used to cut those little tender korus and boil them into a soup that they used to eat at least once a week. We are now making our way back toward the little township of Hokitika, where we still have yet to explore everything. Tomorrow we are planning to go to the treetop walks if the weather permits.
Yo, 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 my name is Laura. You can call me Laura, because that's my name.
Here you are. Boom, beef, baf, choo 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 choo. Alright,